Welcome to the Diligent Minds Podcast. I'm your host, Dorian Jones. I make personal development easy so that you can achieve your goals, do all the things you put your mind to, give you motivation, and so much more. It's time for you to step up, do the work, and become the best version of yourself. Let's go ahead, dive right into the show. What's going on, Diligent Minds community? Welcome back to another episode of the Diligent Minds Podcast. I truly appreciate you for taking me with you throughout your day, throughout your journey, wherever you are, driving, cleaning up, working out, wherever you at. I want to say thank you for bringing me along on your journey and your day. Don't forget to leave a rating and review if you listen to this on Apple Podcasts. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and give this a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Refer to a friend who you feel may benefit as well. Speaking of YouTube, I have a new video up right now, so go ahead and hit the link down below and check that out if you haven't done so already. If you're listening to this on audio, and if you got more questions about the coaching program, click the link down below as well. Every link that you need is in the description. Check that out so you can schedule your free call today so that we can help you hit your goals so you can close out this year strong and do all the things you've been putting your mind to, because I know you can do it. I have the proof and the concepts to help you get there, depending on where you want to go. So click the link down below, schedule your free call today, no strings attached. I look forward to connecting with you all. If you haven't done so already, get your copy of the book and the planner. The planner is something that's going to help you organize your days, help you organize and become a better version of yourself. And just guide it, and you don't have any dates, so you can schedule your days. And if you skip something, don't even worry about it because there's no dates there. So you feel like I need a new planner. That's not the case with this one. Get yours and get a copy of my book as well, or gift it to someone. It'll be a great gift. I'm telling you, they will love it. All right, enough of all that. We're diving into today's episode. We talk about regaining momentum after you hit a low point in your life. Those low points that we may hit where we feel like something just hit us and we don't know what to do. We don't know how to recover. Or sometimes we could just be in our head. That's what we're going to dive into in today's episode. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So when we hit those low moments, you think about those low points in your life where you feel like things can't get worse. This is the worst I've ever been in my whole life. When you hit those points, you have to get out of your head, because most of the time we living in our mind because we living in the past. We thinking about what happened, and that can't change anything. We cannot change anything by sitting in our head thinking about the worst case scenario or thinking about what have occurred. So thinking it, just going through all these thoughts and all these motions, it's natural for us to have those types of thoughts. It's natural for us to feel that way. I'm not telling you not to feel that, but I'm telling you, don't sit there. Do not allow the low moment to identify you and get attached to who you are. Don't attach that to your identity. You're much better than your lowest points. All your lowest points that you've hit in your life, you think about that. You're much better than that because you're better than it right now. So anything that you hit in the past, I'm pretty sure that you're at a better place right now, whether it's mentally, emotionally, financially, whatever it is. There are some cases where you may hit another low point. Remember, those low points come and go. Life is a journey. Life, you comes with lows and its highs. Never attach yourself to those things. Your thoughts in your mind, that's the most powerful tool that you possess. It's nothing more powerful than that. Everything in life, everything that you enjoy right now, everything that's manifested people, billions and fortunes and freedom, it all started in their mind. So that's why I say your mind is the most important and the most crucial tool that you have in your tool bag. Control your thoughts and only think positive when the obvious don't point to that direction. Because there's going to be times where the obvious things happen in your life right now, the things occurring. What can you find positive in what's going on right now in your life? That's when you need to reverse those thoughts. That's when you need to tell yourself that I'm better than this. I can get past this. I will work past it. This is temporary. You have to trick your mind. You have to get yourself out of that frequency, that low frequency. We don't want to sit there. We don't want to feel like we at this low point and we're going to stay here. This is our life. This is what's going to identify us. That's not it. The only thing that's true is what we tell ourselves. The things that we tell ourselves, the thing that we announce out into the world, the things that we announce and we acknowledge and we accept. Those are the things that we identify as true. And in this low moment, I don't want you to think about your past because it's nothing is going to come from it. What can you thinking about what occurred before do for you right now? How can it help you? How can it help you get to the next stage? How can it help you become better? How can it help you get out of this headspace? And I think there's no answer to that that's going to make it right for you to continue to think about the past. The only thing we can control is what we do right now. We can't rewind time and change what happened. We can't go back and say, all right, this happened before. We want to make sure that this doesn't happen before. This is not going back in time. You don't have a time machine to help you travel back behind to change the events that occurred. Nor can we live in the future. What's most important is how you spend your time right now, how you spend this very moment. How can you make this current moment become your greatest moment? The actions that you take now are what's going to help you catapult from this low point in your life. Yes, you may be at a low moment, but what are you going to do now? Are you going to hold on to it? Are you going to sit here and complain? Are you going to cry about it? And if you do, what is that going to change? What can you do right now? How can you better yourself? Are you going to start reading a little bit more? Are you going to change your habits? You're going to change your surroundings? What are you going to do? You at your low point, yes, but don't allow that to attach to your identity. Don't allow that to hold on to you, because you're thinking about the past. And when you think about it, your mind can go crazy. Your mind can create all these different scenarios and tell you why you can't do something right now because of something that happened in the past. No, you are creating your story as we go along. Your story is only created by what you do right now. So you decide what you need to do next, what you want to do next. Is that something that you desire because you want to create a different future that's not mimicking your past? You must make that decision for yourself. You must make that observation to say, what is it that I need to do right now that's going to help me move past my low moment in life? Because this low moment in life, yes, it happened, but it's not who I am. It's not who I am anymore. And that's perfectly fine that you're a changing individual. So right now, I want you to focus on having successful days. The only thing we can control, again, is what we do right now with this moment. Keep your mind on what matters. And what matters is what you're doing right now and how you're moving forward. Continue to improve and make these current days better than your past days. Too many times we hold on too tight to our past memories just because they hold so much weight on us. They hold so much in our emotions. They take up so much bandwidth in our minds. Just because it was a catastrophic event, it was something that we just won't never forget in our life. But don't hold on to those things because they don't identify who you are. That's not who you are as a person. You're much better than your low points. You're much better than your low moments. I want you to always remember this as you go throughout life. Any low moment that you faced, you're much better than that moment. That moment, yes, it taught you a lesson, but how will you learn from that lesson and how you're going to grow from it? And if you find yourself on the other side of that low moment and you're just working your way up right now, you're just trying to climb up the ladder and you find it a little bit difficult, do what you said you'll do. That's the easiest way to continue to climb out of it. Because we'll say we'll do certain things, but we don't do it. We go back to our old habits. We go back to the things we're comfortable with. Because sometimes, like I said earlier, we get in our own head. When it comes to you doing what you say you'll do, make sure that you're doing something that's going to better you, that's going to help you in some type of way. When it comes to you doing something that will help you become better or something that's going to help you climb out of this low moment, sticking to it should be a non-negotiable for you. Because that pain that you're feeling, you're ready to get rid of that. You're ready to get rid of that old pain that you've been feeling. The same thoughts that you've been feeling. Just because you hit that low moment, you've been sticking on to it. You're like, all right, I need to break away from this. I need to take it out of my identity. Because people around you may identify you as that just because you haven't done anything to show the opposite of it. And that's why it's most important for you to do what you said you'll do. Your results are what's going to speak for you. It's easy to put it off and do it another day. I'll push it off and do it on the weekend. I'll push it off and do it tomorrow. I'll push it off and do it next week. We've all heard it. We've all done it at multiple times of our life, at multiple stages of our week, our days, our life in general. We've always said, all right, I'm going to do it a little bit later because it's a small task. But what happens is that's developing that habit of putting things off, saying that I'll do it later. Just because you may have got away with it in the past and you got lucky, you may not be so lucky this next time. Because you say, I'm going to do it later, but then something else happened to where you won't be able to get to it later. And it continues to get pushed off. So do what you said you'll do. Do it this moment. Don't sit there and go do what's comfortable. Don't go and sit and entertain yourself or relax yourself. No, just knock this task out. And most of the time, the things that we say we're going to do don't take us as long as we think they will. If you lock in, you go focus on it, you go get it done, you'll be done with it much sooner, and then you'll have that free time for yourself. And you owe it to yourself to do things that you say you'll do. You owe it to you and no one else. You have to prove it to yourself. And what happens is this leads to results which give you confirmation and confidence to continue to move forward, which gives you that confirmation that you need to see like, hey, okay, I did this. This got me this result. And now I see the reasoning for it. Now I have an incentive to do it because I like how this feels with me achieving something. I said I was going to do it. I did it. And now I got X, Y, and Z. And now I'm going to do it again because I like that feeling of having something that I said I was going to do yield me some type of results that I can see, something that I can feel. That's like you starting your own business. You starting on a new journey and you say, I want to get here. You make that first sale. You go ahead and get that first customer and you start to feel good. You're like, okay, yeah, I like this. You finally got a sale. So that's proof of concept. And that's what I'm telling you. Do what you said you'll do and you get the results that you've always wanted. No matter how low your moment is, you're going to remember it and you'll be glad that you kept going. You're going to thank yourself in the future. You coming out of this will be confirmation to the future obstacles and give you hope as you work through those obstacles because you know I went through this in the past. I got through it. I'm here today. I have a testimony. I'm here as proof that you can get through anything. So now the next stage you hit, it's going to be challenging as well. But your proof is already there because you've already got through something. Low points are part of our journey and they don't last long. When you're in it, it may feel like it's a lifetime because those bad emotions typically have a much larger impact. When things are going smoothly, there's no challenges, there's no adversity. Without these lows, the highs wouldn't be joyful because you'll have no contrast to what it feels like to be at the bottom, to feel like what it is to be at a low moment. So now when you hit that high point, you're like, yes, this feels much better. I'm grateful for it and I won't take it for granted. That's why so many people who come from a privileged background, when they hit some type of adversity, when they hit some type of challenge, they don't know how to handle it because they never hit anything. They've always been just cruising through life. Everything's been given to them. There's been no challenges. That's why these challenges are so important. These low points in our life are so important to us because it helps us build character, helps us build that thick skin to help us continue through whatever life is going to throw at us in the future. Because life is going to continue to throw things at you. So what's going to happen is you're going to continue to push because you know, I have faith, I have confidence that all of this stuff is not going to last forever. So go out there. If you had a low moment in your life, you hit a low point, and you feel like you're a little stuck, don't hold on to it. Let it go. That's behind you. Live in the future. Live in the moment, actually. Live in the moment. And how can you create the future that you want? By taking the right actions today. That wraps it up for today's episode. I want to say thank you for listening. I want you to lock in on yourself. Go out there, continue to push forward, no matter how low you may feel, no matter how down and out you may be right now. That's okay. You won't be there forever. Don't forget to check out all the links down below. Reach out to me on IG, introduce yourself, say hello, check out the YouTube video and check me out on YouTube for the podcast every single Thursday. You hear the outro rolling in. You know what that means. Everybody is greatest within, even you.